Hi, my name is James Schmelzer, and this is the famous model Montana. I won't tell you her last name because you guys might start Googling her, and then you'll steal her away from me. Anyways, here we are, we're on location at the Boutique Photo Loft. And this is Marie Antoinette, and what I wanted to do is kind of show you how we put the lighting together for this photo shoot. So as you can see here, this set is quite big. So I'm gonna go with one of the biggest light sources that you could put together, which is made by Westcott. It's the 8x8 scrim gem. So I'm gonna pop that big scrim up, which is a diffuser. I'm gonna put the main light behind it, and what's nice about the main light being separate from a softbox is now I can take the main light and move it up around and at different distances from the scrim to control the contrast of the light and the height of the light or where it's coming down on a 45-degree angle. So at the beginning of the shoot, I want the light to light the whole area, but I'm gonna raise the main light up behind the scrim and let it come down on a 45-degree angle to light that pretty face. So let's take a look at some of the equipment that we're using to photograph this today. Now you can see the size of this light. This is 8 foot by 8 foot with a photogenic 1,000-watt mono light behind there. Probably gonna use it just on 500 watts, but I have 1,000 watts with me just in case I wanna control that window behind there. So more power, the darker the window, less power, the brighter the window, or I can change it with my shutter speed and my ISOs and my settings. But I just wanted you to see how big that is to be able to light this evenly. Now let's take a look behind here. So now you can see I have my photogenic here, and it's on bare bulb because I want that to hit the whole diffuser, and I can change the distance to change the spread also. Now I'm just gonna go way up because she's standing, and now that light will come down on a 45-degree angle and light her face properly. Over here I have a black flag. It's gonna flag off that being raw light from going into my lens. So today I'll be using the GH-5 for the stills. And what I like about the GH-5 is how it's gonna pull out all the color and all the detail in that 20 megapixel file. What else is really cool about this camera is while I'm taking photographs, I can use my thumb to focus the camera while you're shooting, or I can just set it up for face detection and it will follow her. Awesome camera to use. Very fast, easy camera to use and shoot with. And with a 20 megapixel file, I'll have enough detail there to shoot with. I'm also using the Leica 12 to 60 millimeter lens, so I can do full length close-up instantly. And it also has dual image stabilizer on here. So if I end up shooting with a slower shutter speed, I'll still be okay. Today we'll be using the Pocket Wizard made for Panasonic. So since Pocket Wizard programmed this for the Panasonic camera, this will do hypersync, which means I can pick any shutter speed I want and use my strobes at any power I want on manual instead of high-speed sync where you're stuck with, the pulse of the flash. Hypersync, I can use these powerful strobes by Photogenic, Speedotron, Norman, on full power or any power setting I want, and the shutter speed will go wherever I want because it's built for the Panasonic camera. Pocket Wizard calls using any shutter speed past your designated sync, which might have been 200. They call that hypersync. That's their technology. They invented it. And again, they've designed the Pocket Wizard for the GH-5. So you probably see me use the Expo disc for many years to white balance, set my exposure, and also check to see if I have any dust on the chip. But with the Panasonic camera, you go to white balance at the top, then you have to go to a custom setting. So I'm gonna go to one of the customs, and then I'm gonna enter that, and it says select white balance. You select the white balance, put this in front of your camera, photograph the source, and it'll say complete and your color is perfect. Now, if you want to check your exposure, then you'd photograph another one, just a straight shot, look at the back of your screen, and then pull up your histogram and see if your spike of your histogram is in the center. If so, then you got the correct exposure. Also, when you play the image back, if you see any dust in there, little spots on the back of the picture you just took, which is just a photograph of this gray thing, you'll see if your chip needs cleaning or not. So back here I have another photogenic with a halo, which is just a shoot-through umbrella. And the reason why you shoot through an umbrella instead of bouncing off of it is because if you were bouncing back, this black spot would show right in the catch light, so that's why you shoot through an umbrella. But this will just be back here at my level. Just gonna give a little detail to the shadows, and life is easy. Let's take a few shots.